poll today is going to be Dave Sims, who we have on the line right now. But just to set the scene, so Howard Stern this morning was talking about Dave Sims, the new voice of the New York Yankees, right here on WFAN, and something about his home run call.
There's a guy who announces for Major League Baseball, Dave Sims. Whenever someone hits a home run now, he says, hey now, which is a phrase that, of course, we say all the time because we love the Larry Sanders Show. Here he is. I'll play you some tape.
It is gone! A home run for Austin Wells, and what a start to the 2025 season for the New York Yankees. Hey now!
Well, I say, hey now. He says, hey now.
Hey now.
Well, whatever. We love hey now so much. And so we welcome Dave Sims to the Yankees because anybody who says hey now has got to be a great guy, right? How long's he been saying hey now, Jason? Hey now.
So before he came to the Yankees, he was doing the Seattle Mariners, and I've read and heard from people that he was doing hey now out there too.
If he could add Howard Stern's penis, he would enjoy that too. Howard Stern's penis.
All right, so for clarification and maybe an answer to that last question, we welcome in the voice of the New York Yankees, Dave Sims.
Hey
Dave?
now.
What's up, boys?
All right, Dave, so how did your hey now, where's the origin of that?
Well, the origin of that, I watched Larry Sanders' show, and I've heard Howard say it, but I actually was familiar with it years ago, growing up, household with some music, American standards, Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, etc. And Mr. Sinatra sang a song that was written by, Harold Arlen and Ted Koehler back in 1932. It was for an edition of the series up at the Cotton Club. And if you're familiar with the song, at the back end, it with rising crescendo, and it says, hey now, I'm in love. So, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, we were driving to a ballpark, and it sort of hit me. The song, had a rotation on your phone, right? And it came, I said, I might try that in a game one day. And I did, and it worked, and I've used it in hoops. I've used it largely in basketball. And I really enjoyed the pop that Howard gave me. And it's interesting that when Howard was at WNBC many moons ago, he left in September 85. And I got the WNBC in March 86, so I just missed him. But obviously I know who he is. I think he's a great interviewer. I heard his I don't listen to him that often. I'm not a big listener. I get a whole bunch of other things doing. But he's great at what he's one of the all-time best. I've heard his political interviews. His interview with Keith Richards a couple of summers ago just knocked my socks off. In fact, that was so good that my son went out and bought Keith Richards' bio. But anyway, a lot of respect for Howard and what he's done over the course of time, and that's how it started.
So who sent you the first text? Hey, they're talking about you on the Stern Show. Who hit you up first?
It was yesterday. It happened yesterday, and a friend of mine in L.A., dear friend of mine, a former bartender here in New York, and he says, dude, Howard, the back end of the show, he says he's talking about you. So he sent. So I mentioned it, and I sent it to one of the guys on my team, and he says, okay, I'll get it for you. And he sent me the clip, and I listened to it, and then today, Stern and his people, obviously went to Google and whatnot and put pictures on there, I guess, from my website and from Google, etc. And it's worked out well. I'm already hearing from my boys in Seattle. Yo, man, hey, all right, it's big time. What up?
Dude. So, Dave, here's what's interesting. Like, there's I don't mean opening day, but let's say the random mid-April, early May, hey now. And then there's the October, 3-run bomb that puts the Yankees ahead by a run late, high leverage, and it's a different energy. How do you differentiate between the hey nows?
Yeah, I don't, I try to, use it judiciously. If you go back 21, Haniger's big hit in 8th inning against the Angels, that was a big moment, kept the season alive. Next year, Cal Raleigh hits a home run, gets us into the playoffs. That's a big moment.
Yeah.
Like, those are big, hey now. But, like, the other day, or recently, I think in spring training, line drive left field, that'll pick up a run. That's a great piece of hitting by Jason Dominguez. Hey now, just a little hey now like that. Just a little, you got to use some discretion. You don't want to use it all up and not have any juice left for the big moments. You know what I mean? And it just sort of. And I'm not consciously thinking that. Sometimes I'm just moved by it. I think I'm an emotional broadcaster, and for the teams I work for, and getting to know these guys, and having a great run in Seattle and knowing those guys. I remember Teoscar Hernandez when he was with us a couple of years ago. He said, "Dude, where were you last night? I said, well, I had a day off. That ain't right. I hit a home run. I wanted to hear your call. So I thought that was pretty indicative of some of the impacted guys that it's had on people. So, I'm enjoying the run, and we move forward.
Well, now for the money question, Dave, that I think everybody wants to hear the answer to. Will you be, in fact, working in Howard Stern's penis to one of your calls?
That ain't gonna happen. Women, none just called. They said, no, don't even go there.
No shot?
Absolutely nuts.
Oh, well, I mean,
I just got this job. I'm still waiting, trying to get me to lose it. We haven't even got to a month yet. What the hell's wrong with you?
Could you imagine?
I had to ask. I mean,
oh, God.
There could be an easy work in with the torpedo bats.
Yeah, well, one thing we know
that's even tired. Yeah. That's even tired now. There's, today's another day. Yeah. Torpedo bats. I mean, I got people writing and calling. I heard what people were saying to you guys, and the Yankees are cheating. Stop it. The thing's been on the market a couple, 3 years. Stop it already.
That's right. That's right. How about TMZ coming up to the other day? The big star, Dave Sims, back home.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well,
yeah.
Thank you. It was, I was on with Kurt and Rosanna last Wednesday, I think it was, Thursday. And I come out and it was like, hey, I'm from TMZ. It was TMZ Sports. Hey, how are you? And, I got nothing, I got nothing but good stuff to be proud of and to talk about. There was no scandal involved, thank God.
Yeah,
so I was happy to talk.
Yeah.
I was happy to talk,
You having fun so
you
far,
gotta get me on that one, pal.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I know. You don't want any part of those TMZs when it's involved in a scandal. And by the way, Susan, who was tremendous right out of the gate, taking shots at Seattle. Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh, that was, come on, that was great.
Oh, I looked at her with this smile on my face, and I said, come on, be nice. I said, be nice. Come on. Hey, come on. I lived that. I lived a lot of that and for a long time. I mean, heck, last year, even this year, they're not hitting a lick. And they lost to Detroit. And I love those guys, but good grief. And the pitching continues to be, for the most part, stellar. And I was talking to Arizona guys last night. They said, if we had Seattle's pitching, I said, yeah, you'd have won the World Series. And a lot of people said that to me. Yeah, Seattle pitching staff from last year put up the Dodgers did win, and the Yankees did get there. But if Seattle had hit the league average of 230, they could have run the table. And I can tell you from past experience, Dusty Baker's become a friend of mine over the years. He said, you guys had us scared to death. What was it, 3-4 years ago when we played them? They beat us when Alvarez basically won the series, and in the 9th or 10th inning of Game 1, we would have gone home 1-1 with a chance to win that series, and then everybody was scared to death of it. So, hey, man, that's where it is. Where it is.
But what Susan said, it may have been harsh. It was also 100% accurate. Yeah, I mean, Dave, you get action in these first 4 games. You haven't seen action like this in years.
Oh, hey, did I dispute or refute her claim? No. I wouldn't have had a leg to stand on if I tried. I mean, I lived, like I said, I lived it, man.
But it's got to be fun for you, right? I mean, how much fun are you having here early on?
That goes without saying. I mean, you could not have dreamt up that 20-9 game, the 17 home runs, the 50. I've already lost track of the numbers now. So many freaking home runs. But you cannot draw up what happened Game 1 and Game 3. I mean, come on, the whole series was just spectacular. Everybody, just chipped in and they dominated. And like Pat Murphy said, the Milwaukee manager said, it wasn't the wand, it was a magician, and there was a lot of bad pitching, and they took advantage of it. That's what you're supposed to do. Bad pitching, you're supposed to punish it.
No doubt, and they squared a lot up. Hey, before I let you go, be honest here. All right, now, a ton of interviews and a lot about John Sterling, and I think you've done a great job of saying, hey, listen, I respect John, but I've been doing this for a long time myself, and I'm proud to be here, but I'm my own man. Right. I think that's a tough balance that I think you nailed. But I'm going to guess, I could be wrong, that even though you've done this for a while, you got a little air check. You said, all right, let me just see how I sound. Let me just carve out 10 minutes and let me listen to how I did my first game. Did you go back and air check, which is something a lot of broadcasters do when they first enter the business? Did you do that just to hear how you sounded and grade yourself?
No, I listened to the highlights. I was happy with those. I didn't go back and listen. I felt super. I tell you, and again, going back to having done this, I felt comfortable from the first second.
Yeah.
And again, the fact that Susan and I go back, decades and have texted. I told you the story about we texted the last 18 years. So it was another ball game. It was the Yankee Stadium, and it was the opener. It was my first games as the Yankee voice. But I felt really good. Health is good. And, hey, man, let's rock and roll, and let's have some fun. Let's win this thing.
Sound awesome, man.
Thank you, Dave.
You sound good.
We
appreciate it, boys.
Yep. We enjoy the clarification. We enjoy the few minutes. Keep going, having fun there with Susan. Good luck on the call tonight. We'll be listening.
Much appreciated. Thanks a lot, fellas.
You got it.
Think about it. You were in the booth, BT. So now I have not been invited into the booth. Doesn't mean it will never happen.
Well.
But if I were, and I had that challenge bestowed upon me.
To mix in Howard Stern's penis, you wouldn't do it.
Wells hits one in the air. Right there it goes. Howard Stern's penis. A home run for the Yankee. Like, you could work it in very easily.
Well, based on the way Howard's talked about that thing, it would be more like a little nubber in front of home plate that didn't go very far.
That's a good point. Right.
Not a bomb.
Volpe, yeah, right. Just gets
based
the
on what
piece
Howard's told us for 30 years.
Fair enough. But
40,
you can work it in.
Yeah, well, and then you probably never invited back.
That's what Dave said. He's like, you crazy, man. I just got the job.
I know, because you asked him, and then, you know, obviously you goof it. He's like, no. And then you're like, really? He's like, no. What the hell am I going to do that? I mean, what is Susan going to say to that? Come on.
That's a good point. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Nah.